Does not like me very much. I'm just gonna grow myself a little bit here too. Block the shed a bit. There we go. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's get in. It's been a long time. I hope I remember all my stuff here. So I still have some dial. I do have all of my tabs open here. I have our alchemy calculator still going. I have our fish list. And I saved all of our stuff. So we got the dates and weights of all of our big fish we've caught. All ready to go still. This foraging task is going to be very out of date, but that's funny. Okay, let me just, this is not, I want to hear right now. All right, let's see. We have Uguay still in here, the turtle. Amazing. All right. Gold to eat amount is still the same. Oh, it's gonna take me a while to get back into it. It's been a little while. So if I remember correctly, I gotta go to the bank this way. I gotta remember all the hotkeys and stuff too. Oh, well, we can open with completing our task, which is nice. There we go. Oh man, it's good to be back. I think my UI might have changed a little bit too. Oh man. Hey, oh, hold on a sec. I gotta see this. They fixed the waterfall slightly. Okay, for those that don't know, last time we were here, this was like a broken flat texture. So I'm glad they fixed it. It looks better, much better now that it's an actual waterfall and not a broken pane of glass. All right. So, artificer, foraging. There you go. Oh, right, and because of the update. Let's see. I gotta remember all of the windows and stuff. Might as well feed him now while we're at it. Oh man, I gotta remember all the stuff. The one pain point of switching between a lot of different games. Trying to remember all the specifics. Let's just start. We actually need to see here. Blue squirt, let me check this. I have no statistics on that fish. That sucks. It's one of the ones I just don't have any information filled out for. Okay. I mean, it is our daily, so we can just take it and I can look up the information for that. Watch it be like one of the most difficult ones to find ever. Taskmaster, grocery. So they didn't add the other person in here. Because remember, they did say that only certain areas will have them. But it might be in a different area here. If I remember correctly, bank is this bank. Where's it on the other side? Trade broker, yeah, it's the other one. Oh man. Gotta relearn it. Alright. Oh, here we go. Oops, not transfer. Shift right click. So I think most of these are just our fish. Here, hold on. So that one's empty. This has jewelry and some other stuff in it. Don't need that right now. I don't think I need much right now. I might have to pick up some more dial for our horse friend here. So let me go take a look really quick at what we need for this. Blue squirt. I don't see anything, so let me check the Discord. Okay. So it is a harder fish to catch, it looks like. According to Squirrel's Discord. If you don't know about Squirrel, he is the fishing meister. Definitely recommend his Discord if you're looking for fishing resources. Let me see here. So we're looking at max depth 17 to 2200. Hook 1 and labrum seems to be the bait that it's been caught with the most. Let's see. Labrum with, it will work with 0.2 or 1. Okay. Let me put this in my thing here. Make a copy. hook size. Sorry, I'm just filling out the Excel sheet here. We're looking at 2 or 1 hook size. Do we need a specific strength? I guess we can just use strong. Bait will be labrum. Maybe they said ocean. Doesn't say. Depth. We're looking at 1,700 to 2,200. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get the stuff we need then. But yeah, sorry, if anyone's interested in Squirrel's Discord, if you look up, I believe it's public Discord, it's called the Squirrel's Nest. Definitely recommend it if you're doing fishing stuff. I mean, even if you're not, they're always really friendly, so recommend it. Also, Chosen Alchemy, if you're in alchemy, is a great resource. So, if you're doing alchemy stuff, that's the one for that one. Alright. So, labrum. Gotta remember all of it. We don't have much, actually. So, what do we need to catch labrum? 1 strong blue Sorex. That's kind of rough. Use rice. So what we'll do, let's farm for some, or fish for some blue Sorex first, and then we'll kind of work our way up. Okay. So we need some rice. Luckily, I've harvested a lot of rice for bait. So we're at least good for that. We have our fishing line equipped currently, I am pretty sure. Yep. I don't remember if I don't think we have our line on though, do we? Let's see. Is it X? Yes. We don't have our hook and stuff on. Okay. So we're looking for blue Sorex. We need 5 hook, strong line. Okay. 5 hook. Strong line. I don't remember, is it shift? 1. Alright. And then oh yeah. I still have Squirrely's stuff. Toxai handout. Oh, it looks like the bank still has some sort of glitching in it. Let's see. Let's grab, like, I don't know. Let's start with 50. We need anything else right now? I don't think so. I still have all my stuff locked, I think. Yeah. So that's still fine. Oh, that's another thing I want to check really quick. So the clay gifts... Sorry, I didn't mute in time. So the gifts themselves don't seem to have changed at all. But let's see the spellbook window. So this is still the same. Skills L. Oh, so it's just a new tab in here then. So let's look at hide, unlearned, expand. I want to look at our archery here. Range combat, secondary, archery's primary. So I don't remember what we're training this up to. Again, I'll have to log into my mortal data here. Let's see. Is this the right one? Let's see, is this working? There we go. Okay. Code. That's not it. It's not the right one. Login. Sorry, I gotta remember this. It's been a while. There we go. Weird. Huh. I wonder if I signed in differently last time. Maybe I did it through Steam. Okay, I'll have to deal with that later. That's fine. We're not going to be really leveling archer right now, so it's not like I need to know, but right now it's 25. Also, I don't know if the combat abilities are going to go off of effective level or your specific train level. That's something to know. I'm assuming it's going to be your effective. So let's go through some of these really quick here. It is effective? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Apex. I assume so, but sometimes, you never know. So we got Flurry, Hang, Thrust, and Hill Strike. So those are the ones they kind of explained. And shared abilities. Oh, okay. So shared abilities are the same through everything. There's not shared specifics. Okay. I thought it was going to be more. There was shared abilities under one-handed axe, and once you learn them, they could be used with other things. But I guess that makes sense. If you have trinkets and they aren't charged, and you use them, it will affect your effective level as well. Okay, cool. I think I have some. I don't know if I have any on me right now. Yeah, I have the Taming, Raw Intelligence. Yeah, just those two. We didn't find really good ones, and we haven't bought any. So let's check the bow ones out here. So Snapshot, instantly knock, draw, and loose an arrow. So 0 charge. So knockback and interrupt. Jump backward. So it's a dodge ability too, which is nice. Ooh, armor pen. Prevents sprinting while performed. 3 arrows at once, dealing 70% damage. I'm assuming you can shotgun with this, so you can hit with all 3. 3 vol up to 3. Draw speed is greatly increased. Okay. And then steady hands. Steady your bow arm, removing all sway while drawing. That's nice, but it prevents sprinting while performed. And it lasts for 8 seconds. You activate it, draw, there's no sway. That's cool. Good for long range shots, obviously. Huh. Honestly, I was thinking bow would get more, or at least one poison ability, maybe? But I guess there doesn't seem to be any. There's like bleeding, obviously, which is like damage over time. Yeah, this was more damage to armor, I think, right? Armor piercing. Huh. More durability damage to shields, 500%. Wow. Throw the spear forward and pull it back to you. That's amazing. I like that. Slightly pulls your opponents to you. Okay, so we have a scorpion build now. That's funny. I like that. Oh, that's gonna be annoying though. The thing I'm interested in is when it says pulls opponents towards you slightly. If you throw this and hit someone while they're mounted, does it pull them off their mount? Need to use coins from the text. Yeah, from the events and stuff too. Hunter is the bow and daggers. Soldier is the other ways. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. It would be hilarious if it did, but I totally understand why it doesn't. Polearm, complex, and unarmed. We got armor piercing now for unarmed. The monk builds are real. And it's sapped. That's interesting. So you can daze and sap with unarmed. Okay, let's look at the shared abilities here. So invigorate. Increase your stamina regeneration by 100% temporarily. Restore 2 health per second temporarily. That's nice. So that's probably something we'll pick up. Because it's like, this will help you if you're getting like ganked or something. It's not much, but it could save you. Mana regeneration is obviously really good because we're a spell caster. Like healing and stuff. Energize will be very nice. I'm interested to see if healers gain adrenaline from healing. Most of the clubs give daze and also drains mana. Oh, they drain mana. So it interrupts. So it looks like they interrupt. Oh, crushing blow does, and breaking blows does. Drains 20 mana, drains 10 mana. Ah. I mean, to be fair, if you're casting while someone's beating you in the head with a two-handed hammer, I would probably lose some mana myself. So, that's fair. It is cool, though. Quicken temporarily increases your movement speed by 3%. Increases spell power by 10%. So, again, I'm assuming that affects healing, so that would be good too. Increases melee damage. Physical defense by 25%. Knockdown resistance by 50%. And increases your magic defense by 25%. They all last for 8 seconds. And they're all instant active, which is nice. And then weapon fatalities. I don't know if these have I'm assuming they have the same amount of duration, but are just different animations. So I'm just going to say random. Not that we're going to be doing those very much. So, well, I can't even lock a sign. So energize is obviously going to be really good. Amplify. Quicken. Rejuvenate, maybe. But, brace and ward are good, too, for defenses. I guess it depends on what you're fighting. Like, if you generally find yourself getting shot more by, like, arrows and stuff, obviously, I think physical defense. But if you're fighting a lot of mages, obviously ward's better. Poise. Knockdown, I don't think, involves dismount. So that wouldn't really help. That's more if you're in melee. Huh. So, like, I'm thinking rejuvenate, energize, quicken, amplify, and then either brace or ward. Maybe poise. Knockdown is dismount. Knockback is foot. Can you not knock people to the ground? Because I thought knockback was like when you're pushing them physically away from you. Isn't there one where you knock them to the ground and they have to stand back up, or no? Again, I don't do a lot of melee combat, so I'm not sure. That's knockdown. Okay, but knockdown can also dismount. I guess then, right? Correct. Okay, cool. Okay, so then if we're traveling, poise might be good. But if we're not having to deal with the possibility of ganking when you're mounted, brace or ward, depending on the enemies you're fighting. I'm interested to also see how we're going to deal with a lot of the flying enemies now, too. What are they called? The, if I... Scrapper? No. Oh, I can't remember. The flying bugs. Because depending on how much bow skill you need, because these don't specify on the ability itself what your archery level needs to be at to use them. Which I think they should add. They're hard to hit with arrows, but melee one-shots them. Okay. Because snapshot might be a good opener, right? Like if you are hunting, for example, you knock an arrow, draw it back, and you fire, and then press snapshot, so you get 2 shots, like, really quickly. I mean, force arrow would be pretty good, too. If you're using it to try and get away from people. Like, if you're getting ganked or something, and someone's close to you, you can force arrow shot them to try and knock them away from you to get them out of range. If they're doing, like, a knockdown or something. Or dismount. I mean, these seem cool to me. Again, obviously, in practice will be a bit different than just looking at the ability statistics, but retreat is OP, just don't jump off a cliff. I could totally see someone doing that already. Is it like a decent range when you jump backward? Like it doesn't specifically say like meters or anything, so about 20 feet. Oh wow, so a decent distance. I thought it was more going to be like, you know, most games that have archery retreat stuff, it's like a backflip. Like maybe gain like 2 meters or something, but 20 feet's pretty decent. But yeah, I could totally see if you're fighting in like a hazardous area They should have done a backflip. Oh, they don't? Aw. It's just more like the general archer jump in the air, kind of shoot a bow. That's kind of funny. Riposte is interesting too. Counter parry. So obviously it looks like one-handed swords have the most like parry potential. Oh. Okay, so this is the thing too. So because this doesn't say knockdown, and it only says successful hits will dismount a riding opponent, does this mean it will 100%? It seems that way. So there's no resisting this dismount. That's a little scary. Yes, sir. Okay. Drain stamina from opponent, which is nice too. Huh. So bleeding, armor piercing. I'm surprised the dagger doesn't have more DOT stuff. Huh. Because, like, gouge makes sense, obviously, right? But I thought daggers would probably be the most when it comes to that. I guess you could make the argument for, like, axes and stuff, too. But it doesn't have any, actually. No bleed. What about one-handed? Triple hit. Multiple opponents. Stamina drain. It's like sapped. Huh. Again, I'm a little surprised. I'm also interested to see. So you start with one in combat. Because this is these are the two situations I'm thinking of, right? So last time I played, they also did the changeover, severely limiting pets' attacks with their normal attacks, but severely buffed their abilities. And then I believe they nerfed the abilities because they're adding the skills. Well, one of two things. Did they do any changes to the pet's abilities? But two, how do you gain adrenaline if you're a tamer? Like, when your pet gets damaged, do you gain adrenaline? I would assume not, because then someone with a ginormous amount of pets would just infinitely stack adrenaline. But if you're like me, that's a tamer with healing focus, is getting hit the only way we gain adrenaline? Because that's kind of unfortunate. Because in a lot of situations where I'm doing healing, especially when we were doing like the group dungeons and stuff, there wasn't a lot of time for me to swap into attack magic because I was healing a lot. So, I mean, to be fair, that was like, we were with lower level players, lower level gear probably, so maybe less experience getting hit by more attacks than normal, who knows. But I guess you can't really focus on healing anymore. I guess that goes the same with Dominator builds, right? Because then if you're mostly working with domination and buffing or healing your monster that you have dominated, you're not gaining adrenaline unless you're getting hit either. I wonder if they should have passive regeneration in combat. So things like healers or pet builds can still gain adrenaline. That's going to be interesting to test. Also, we have to go eventually check and see like how many things we need to unlock them. Because especially when we're doing fishing and stuff like that, we don't really need the bow stuff up. But when we're doing traveling, transportation, you know, embracing our traveling healer build, traveling hermit, obviously things like force arrow will be much handier. Okay, give me 1 sec really quick. I'm just gonna quickly run to the washroom here, and then when I get back we will start actually doing our stuff here. I'm gonna quickly not AFK with all my stuff in my inventory that I'm gonna use here, just in case, because you never know. I've done it and been exploded before. All right, 1 sec. I'll be right back. Toot. So, there was one other thing I was thinking of too. I'm interested to see what the new alchemy stuff and fish we can pull up with the new material. And because it's so restrictive of where to get it from, if it's going to be worth it. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be doing the new stuff, but obviously I don't know that for sure. So we want hook 5, strong line, and our rice. Okay. We are out of dial, so I'll probably bring some money and we'll buy some more. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but let's bring, I don't know, 60. We'll pick up a bunch while we're there. All right, buddy, let's get going. We'll probably go down to the water for fishing just because I like that spot. Technically, the waterfall's a great spot too, from what I remember here. Is there anything else I want to do while I'm here? I think the dial's over there, if I recall. Ooh, getting some flicker. Again, it feels weird that they fixed the waterfall. I also probably should have gathered or got another gathering quest when we were there for Gherkin while we were going, but that's fine. Let's go get the dial first and then we'll head down. Oh man, it's been so long. Glad to be back. I don't know what was happening for the longest time, but I think it was OBS was having a hard time because whenever I tried to do screen or game record, it just showed up as a black screen for the longest time, and I was really sad about it. I believe it's utility? Might be. Not magic. Is it utility? No. I can't remember. I gotta remember all the vendors and stuff too. He's on follow? Yes. That's the other thing I gotta keep remembering is that sometimes your pets aren't on follow mode and you gotta keep making sure that they're following you. Oh. We got 60 worth. There we go. It's a lot of dial. But horses be hungry, and we want to keep them happy. So I don't mind. All right. Technically, we should have already checked for the other stuff too, but was the thing of the other gathering requests if we had like the seaweed or stuff like that for the quest, but didn't think of it when we were there, which is fine. We're focusing on the fishing anyway, not the gathering. Oh man, it's been a long time. I mean, it feels like it's been like a really long time, but it hasn't been actually that long. It's been a couple months though. I don't know if they're online right now, but it would be nice to if Squirrely or the others got online and we saw them for the first time in a while. I'll probably go to our normal side over here. Let's see here. I'm glad that we're back. Honestly, I missed doing our fishing Fridays and stuff, so obviously with work I got really busy on Saturday, so I won't be able to do the double stream on the weekend, but at least getting a little more time in at all makes me happy, so. Good to see the guards are all still here. Especially with the deep fishing we're gonna do, we might have to worry about turtles. So I might, you know what, I might give my horse a little more room here. We can plant him here. We'll make sure he's nice and fed all the way up before we go. Yeah, he wanted more. Put the armor and bags on him in case we need to load him full of fish. Just in case we have some calamine and water for healing. Hopefully we won't need it, but you never know. He's still munching? Nope, he finished. Okay, perfect. Alright. Let's get set up then. So let me grab my good old spreadsheet. So we're looking 1700 to 2200 depth. Oh no, we were going for the blue Sorex first, which is just 50 centimeters, which we can actually do from up here, which is nice. Oh, I forgot to put you on stay. One sec. I don't think we necessarily... Oh, careful there, friend. I always forget. Yeah, let's pull him all the way back here. I just don't want the chance of a turtle spawning and munching on him. I don't think we'll get something just going for blue Sorex, but you never know. Control 4, I think? Yeah, stay. Okay. Alright. So, 50 centimeters. Any time of day. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah, they fixed the waterfall stuff, so it's actually looks pretty good. We do want to make sure... Oh yeah, my UI definitely changed. I don't remember the button. There we go. Sure. So we're looking at 50 centimeters. Book size 5, line strong. And remember to only use a... What was it? Is it Alt? Shift? Oops. I guess I should enter an amount. Oh, I guess the bait doesn't get fully used. But it's the hook and line when they break. I do remember that. Or is it the... I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's the hook and line. Okay. Let's see if I remember this. Is it... Oh, the hotkeys changed. F10 is still UI hide. So it's pretty much still the same. Some of the stuff got changed, but... What's... Oh, hold on. This UI is also in the way. Oh, yeah, I'm going to keep pressing those buttons now for sure. What is our... There we go. All right. Oh man, it's been so long. Oh. Nibbles, but no bites. Oh man. Oh. It's been a while, so I'm trying to remember the specifics of... Obviously the sound is easier to tell if you end up casting the line really close to you, but sometimes it's actually too far and outside of your hearing range if you cast really far. So that's a nibble, I believe. Gotta remember. There we go. Okay. Oh. Gotta remember all the buttons and stuff now. Oh. Oh. I also got to remember, because I kind of don't remember all of the different variations, but I used to be pretty good at determining what we were catching by how much the line's being pulled. We're also going to be catching a lot of herb, I think, at this depth too, right? Herbus is everywhere, yeah. So we're really going, obviously, for the blue Sorex, though. Nice at large scales, yeah, okay. Oh, I think I did that a little too late. I'm not sure where we're gonna go after this. I do want to do some exploring. I want to go kind of see what the new enemies and stuff are. I want to see the terraforming places and stuff. I guess I can put it like right there so I can see the bobber. Also the tunnel systems and stuff with what the borers drill. Also, we just haven't seen the new enemies in general, so. They're teasing me with the nibbles. So many nibbles, there's not gonna be any rice left. Oh, it's a tiny one. Tiny little fish. I'm assuming for fish like this, even if I reel against them fighting, I don't think the line would break. But just for consistency in my brain, I do it anyway. The other thing I really like in this game that is like a super small detail. Yeah. Herb. Let's see. Yeah, our biggest herb is like 4,200 grams. Is the further you cast, the more of the physical line on the reel gets off the reel, I suppose. And you can actually tell how close you are to actually reeling in the fish because it slowly fills back up as you reel in. It's like a relatively small visual, but it is really nice. Hello there, friend. You are not the one I'm after. But we're going to be catching a lot of these three at this depth, too. But, it's not the worst. Because I believe my, scale lore and stuff I still need to increase, so... And then obviously we're leveling our cooking and stuff like that too to make meals for people. For those that don't know, we did a lot of alchemy work and food crafting, just experimenting. I have like a whole another spreadsheet that I've been working on for different recipes that we've kind of uncovered. And we, for anything that we don't necessarily want to keep, we go around for all the people doing the PvP fights or brawls in the arenas and towns, and we hand out free food to them. And we heal them up. Which helps us by leveling healing to some extent too. But, I love it because it's generally always appreciated. Oops. I was ringing it. the same time that I caught the fish, and that is very poor timing on my phone's part. There we go. But yeah, we still need to worry about getting our larger mount for travel too. There's a lot we still have to do. Again, I'm relatively early on in hours. I did have a little bit of a head start in the sense of I played Mortal 1 for a bit. But in Mortal 1, I did blacksmithing and mining generally. Now, we do have our other character as well, obviously, that we have working, especially for mining and stuff like that, to make our armor for the pets that we end up taming, but also as a secondary income source at the same time. Especially because the main reason we rolled him is that obviously we were going for some of the support magics from elementalism, as well as just for the actual aesthetic reasons that we have here, is we want to make it snow. So we want the weather magic. And we had some spare points to put in, so. Obviously, though, a lot of the elementalism stuff needs gemstones, or things you get from mining. So having a mining character that can do all those things together just kind of made sense. He's also really tanky. He could be tankier technically because he is obviously a human clade, because we need those extra skill points. But, or I guess profession points, more so. But he is a tanky lad. This character, not as much, because we got spread pretty thin over the things we wanted to choose, especially for alchemy and taming, because we want obviously the lower pet point count of learning the animal skills, or the categories, I assume. So that got a lot of points. Obviously alchemy and the upgrades for alchemy, potion creation took a lot of points as well. Cooking didn't take too many, but again, it bases around the material lore of the ingredients you're adding, so also kind of restrictive. We may need to trim a couple things later on, but for now, we're golden. Tiny fish. Kitchen. Not the ones we're looking for, but they are technically a rare fish, so I also think technically the scales are better rates of catching, but rice is just so much easier to get because we can quickly travel up there to the town that I'm forgetting the name right now because it's been a while. And there's rice fields there. So that's what I did before, is I went up. I think it was actually Squirrely that showed me that. And then just pretty much filled up our bags full of rice and then traveled back. I remember it just distinctly because I almost got eaten by a bear twice on the way there. Which is kind of funny. Not for me at the time, but overall. Let's see here. Morncur. That's the one. Also, after this... Oh, I'm pressing Z. No, I was clicked off. Oops. Did it take It might have consumed our bait, I don't know. We'll wait and see if we get another nibble. If not, I'll just re-reel. Might have missed it. Okay, I'll just re-reel. Let me see really quick. So this is the new map in the sections. That's cool. I remember some of these guild names. Carney's got this one as well. Crows. I don't recall that one. Oh, I think Odin... I remember Odin, I think, being up here before last time. Lynx, Bad Company... Evolve, North Order... Yeah, I don't recall all of these, but... It is cool how it works. Huh. Neat. Me think though. I'm gonna have to look. I'll probably do it afterward. After I'm done my meeting and work today. But I'm assuming there's like map indicators for the larval invasions and stuff too. Or maybe you have to find them. That would kind of be cool too. So you actually need people scouting to find them. Might be that actually. Give them more time to actually build up. Because I do want to try going to the new event. I just don't know if there's like specific regions they show up more likely in or something like that. Because it does say they can kind of unburrow anywhere, so. You are not the fish I am looking for. Yeah, anytime 5 hook. We are using the right setup, so. If we don't catch it for a little while, what I might have to do is just, if they've made any fishing changes, maybe some of the baits have changed since the last time I updated my Excel sheet. So I might have to see who was the last person. I can't remember. It wasn't Squirrely. I think it was Luffy's fish list that I took a look at previously, but I don't know if it's been updated, so I'll have to take a look at that. Because I want to make sure we have the most current information on it. Although I have enjoyed experimenting with the cooking and alchemy. Even though it's a slight waste of resources technically instead of just looking up the full guides. But I like doing the experimentation. Even the failures. Plus it's nice to be able to show it off too. Because then it feels way more like a personal accomplishment once you find, you know, like a good, you know, whether it's a ratio of the ingredients or something like that. The other thing I'm really interested in is seeing the new fishing, cooking, and I think you can cook with it. We'll have to see. But crafting opportunities with the new material that comes from the worms. Or bugs, I guess, in general. Because it did say you can use it for multiple different things. But they didn't say what things are. I'm just assuming it's going to be kind of everything. Because they generally do that. But yeah. And because it's a rare material, only found during that event, when you're actually fighting them. What's it called? I'm trying to remember the name of them now. It might lead to rare interactions, or stronger interactions in the form of alchemy, and maybe rare fish in the sense of fishing. I don't know if they would necessarily make a rare or rarer resource not catch anything fun. But we will find out when we get there, that's for sure. But yeah, I'll do some searching online just to kind of see how people are locating them, if there's like a shared, like, some people do that, obviously. I mean, for Destiny, it was Xur. Warframe has Mariketeer, but sometimes people put together websites that tracks locations. I don't know. Maybe the interactive map for Mortal also has that information on it, if it's updated. I'll have to check. I see a professional fisherman, and I have one question. Is it possible to catch Calx fish somewhere in the east? I am not a super experienced professional fisherman, but Calx fish mostly is found in Meduli, from my understanding, according to my list anyway. I've been slowly filling out a Excel sheet with the information, but because it's been a while and there's been quite a few updates, I don't know if all of my information is up to date. But on my list, it specifically says Dooley as the location. One sec here. It's Meduli, any time of day, 1 5/10 hook size, strong line, and you can use iron as bait. That's my information anyway. A good place to ask that question would be Squirrely's Discord. They have a lot of fishing stuff set up there. He's pretty much the person that helped teach me and teach me the ropes of fishing too. He's a pretty solid character. I've been away from the game for a little bit, so today's my first day back in a while. We did a patch notes read through of the update earlier, and then because I have work later on, I didn't have a ton of time today, so I thought we'd just do some bait fishing for now. But yeah, the Squirrely Nest, or the Squirrel Nest, I believe is the Discord. If you give me a moment, I can post the link to the Discord. That would be definitely the best place to look. After this guy stops teasing me with the nibbling and actually bites the line. Let's see. If he doesn't bite in the next little couple seconds here, I'll just reel in. Oh, see? All you have to do is complain, and then they bite. Every time. They know. Unfortunately, we haven't caught any Sorex yet, but 'tis the luck of the draw, especially when it comes to the cheaper bait with rice. Don't really want to give it large scales right now. It's a chunkier fellow. 2,870 grams. Our biggest one so far is way bigger. 3,100. Okay. Okay, let me really quickly grab you that link. It's like I'll just step away just in case I get booped into the water while I'm tabbed out. I think the bot will let me post my own links. Hold on. There we go. There you go. So that's the link to Squirrely's Discord. Any type of fish questions, fishing and stuff, you can definitely ask there. I would highly recommend using the search function in Discord to just search the fish, and generally you can find people answering specific questions regarding that type, and then you can go from there. Nice idea with the subtitles. English is average. It's easier to follow what you're saying. Well, that's good. I originally set it up like that because I had a couple people watching me that I knew that were hard of hearing. So that was why I set it up originally. But I kind of like it in the sense of it's kind of almost it's got a visual novel kind of vibe to it, so but I'm glad it helps. I don't think I need to brace versus the small of a fish, but the only thing is I want to upgrade it because the version I use right now is like a third-party tool for OBS. It is not the most accurate all the time. So let's just say I've had to do some extensive word changing in its file settings for right now. But it's definitely better than nothing, in my opinion. I also need to go through the... Like, I have the general stream track list, but I want to put together a specific one for while we're fishing. Oh, this is a bigger one. Not huge, but bigger. At least compared to the previous ones we pulled. It's definitely no turtle. But obviously I'm kind of restricted in a lot of the music I can use. Obviously for more copyright reasons. So most of the free stuff I have, there's like the opening song and stuff like that for the stream I personally did. Now, obviously we're using, I don't play the instruments myself, so I'm using sound bites and stuff like that from Music Maker and all the fun stuff. But a lot of, like, all this music is done by Harris Heller, and it's set up for free stream use. So that is what I currently use. So I gotta kind of search through to find all the kind of relaxing music out of it. There's some that are definitely more upbeat in his music, but I like the more chill atmosphere. Pun both unintended and happily accepted. Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time. That's the one thing I really like about Toxia is just... It's got a very visually appealing area to it. Now, if you're fishing for the deeper fish, you're gonna generally go into the tents, like one behind me and the ones in front of me, which obviously is not the most amazing view, but if you enjoy the fishing, it's definitely a nice place. I was in Meduli for quite a while, Mostly for when I was leveling and doing some alchemy stuff. But, oh, actually, I want to check. Quick here. The bait didn't get updated. Sometimes your bait does not update, and it's a little annoying. It'll still say it's there. There we go. Yeah. So that's why I wasn't catching them. Is that it wasn't using the right bait. But at least we can get some scale lore by breaking the fish apart. Well, that's better. I'm having to relearn all the little tips from before. Not that I really have to worry about my line breaking. I'm pretty decent about remembering that kind of stuff, but there is a reason I have Notepad and a spreadsheet to keep track of these things. My memory is not fantastic. Mostly from the short term, but... yeah, especially when sudden sets and stuff like that, too. Yeah, we'll have to do, like, a group fishing expedition at some time. I'll have to check when Squirrely's online. I don't know if our schedules match up. Because I was streaming at a different time when I was playing before. But my work hours changed, so I had to change them up, unfortunately. I like keeping consistent stream time, so I'm not a fan when I have to do changes like that, but I definitely need to make those alterations for work. Because house and food are important. I really like nibbling. But I do like it's some of the more relaxed gameplay too. Although, then again, I am a bit of a loot goblin. So I also like alchemy, because I can run around and pick up pretty much anything I can get my hands on. I don't really like fishing Meduli because I've always been killed by someone using elementalism. That's why I'm looking for a way to catch Calx fish in the east where I live. Oh, okay, makes sense. I was actually pretty lucky in Meduli. I didn't get killed very often. I got killed a couple times, but mostly from the cougars in the area. When I went up for doing the... well, one, I was leveling taming and stuff like that too, but I did a lot of the kill quests there for the hunting. And generally they were in the same area as the foraging. Can't remember the specific material off the top of my head. What do we got here? Canna 20. We need to breach 3,000 for Canna to be a new record. But yeah, no, that's the thing where it's kind of like both a positive and a negative. I really like that there's different places you can travel to for specific types of fish or ingredients and stuff like that. It obviously promotes a lot of trade between players for the different regions. It provides, you know, transport opportunities for people doing transport runs. But at the same time, if you're kind of sticking to a region, it is unfortunate in the sense of you just kind of lose access. So I definitely feel you there. But again, there might be areas here that I just don't know about. So just because I haven't found a spot yet doesn't mean that one does not exist. There's sometimes also some pretty rare fishing interactions too. So sometimes it's worth just experimenting. Like, even though some fish say Toxia, there is certain fish here that are only in specific locations too. Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but there's some fish that are caught here, but are rarely caught in this water, but are more often caught up by the waterfall. So if you're some fish, even though they say this is the city to catch them in, knowing the specific locations where they kind of reside is a even bigger, not challenge necessarily, but more just experience / knowledge pool, I suppose. Like, a lot of my knowledge was through, one, talking with people that are fishing around the area. There was a couple people that were super nice around here too. Obviously Squirrely's one of them. That kind of gave me pointers, because I like not knowing everything. But like, if there's something specific, I don't mind looking it up, or people kind of giving me like tips and stuff for that. So I've kind of stayed away from the here's the list of everything, especially for alchemy. Like on Chosen Alchemy, which is the main Discord for that, they have like a massive list of most of the ingredients and stuff like that and combinations. But personally, I like the experimentation. Again, even if you lose, it's not as efficient, you lose some materials, stuff like that, but I like doing that. And cooking. I'm doing like the 3 most experimental things in the game: cooking, fishing, and alchemy. In addition to our taming, so, and healing. For me, the goal was I want to catch fish and hunt animals to be able to make potions for people as well as feed them. Because the idea for the character build is kind of like a traveling healer style. So is good fishing? Yep. Pretty new, and for now only know how to make bows. Oh, that's totally fine. I like fishing because it is relaxing, but there's a lot to it. Especially when you get into harder fish to catch and stuff like that. There is obviously information that can make it easier on you. If you don't like the full experimentation. Like, again, Squirrel's Discord is a great information tool for anything there. Luffy has, again, I need to check and see if it's updated, but Luffy had a Excel spreadsheet that listed his known fishing locations, because there's also different line strengths, hook sizes, and baits really change it up. There's also specific fish based on the time of day and location in the world. So there's a lot to it. I don't only do fishing, but I do really enjoy it. So it's just one of the best scenery things you can do, and it's one of the more relaxed things. You do have to pay attention a little bit. Generally, I always listen for footsteps, because some people can try and like bonk you in the water. And if you're over capacity and you can't swim, obviously that's not a great thing. Luckily, no one's done that to me here. I have been killed a couple times, mostly from people from further north, while trying to harvest around the islands there. But that's about it. There are some animals to worry about, like if you're traveling between here and the city up there, which is really close by, which is Morinker. Like some bears and stuff like that, but generally it's a really nice area. But it all depends what you like. Obviously, I like the healer and support playstyle. That's what I generally do in games, so, you know, cooking, fishing, taming, and healing, totally up my alley. But it entirely depends what you're into. Yeah. I saw a lot of Calx fish in the market at Morinker, and I was wondering if someone brought it to the town, or maybe someone to fish it from lakes or from the sea in Tonsai. I'm not sure. Do you know what? Let me check something after this. I bet what it is it might be a trade route. Okay, if they're not found here, I bet they're used as bait for fishing something important here. That might be what it is. Because there's a, like right now, I'm fishing for, blue Sorex, because it's used for bait for another fish I want to catch. So let me just back up off the edge here for a sec. Check something here. Here's my fish list. Bait. Counts. I don't see Calx as a bait right off the bat from the list I have. So I'm not sure. The other thing is, I know there's a specific set of fishing armor that you can get. I mean, it's more like fisherman's garb, like waterproof. But, maybe it's used for crafting that. So, I am not 100% sure. I heard that there are some lakes around Cave Camp where you can catch Calx, although I don't know which or from where, so it might be a false rumor as far as I know. That's fair. Again, I generally use... hold on one sec here. I want to jump past all of them. I generally use Squirrely's Discord and my own list and just some Google information to try and find information out when it comes to fishing. Cooking and alchemy I'm trying to do 100% myself, but people have been nice and given me tips and stuff. They're like, hey, I see you're using this ingredient for smoking, try this to see what happens, that kind of stuff, right? So that's always nice. And it's Getting Cereal. I like your name, by the way. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Welcome on in. But yeah, I mean, it could be a rumor. But rumors like obviously don't believe them 100%, but generally they start from somewhere. Either someone's spreading the information on purpose for a reason, or there's some truth to it. It's like myths and legends, right? Let's see. A lot of nibbles. Yeah. Let's see. Fish are teasing me here. Oh, and then they stop biting. It's like when you speak positive of them, then they stop biting. When you complain about it, they always bite. Always how it happens. Law of gaming in general. But yeah, again, for anyone trying to find that fishing information, I mean, again, I have the information I generally have filled out on my sheet. But again, I've been away for a few months from Mortal, so I don't know if any of those have changed, which sometimes happens. So I'm going to double check make sure my information is still correct later on today after I'm done work. But, I mean, I can try and share my information, but the Discord's probably the best case. Like reverse affirmation. Exactly. It's like a little bit of, is it positive reverse psychology maybe? There's no way you can bite this. Don't even try. And they just get so determined from your negligence and like deterioration of their well-being. They gotta prove you wrong. Just ego check the fishes, exactly. The only other thing that I don't really have, mostly because I haven't played it long enough to have the values, nor have I tracked every single fish I've caught, I don't have values for chances to catch, or like for the blue Sorex that we're after. Like, is it on average 1 in every 35? You know, that type of information. I just generally have the line required, where we caught it from, where we got them from, line strength, hook size, bait used, depth used. And then I have a different section if there's like any other information, like some of the specific scales from specific fish sell for more, or used in more alchemy potions and stuff like that. So if I come across like an alchemy product that I really like when it comes to the fish, I'll add that information in. But again, some of my information might be outdated at this point. I have heard that they have done some changes to fishing like throughout the game's life, so I don't know if that's happened recently. We're definitely catching these guys here. Let me double check my thing right now. So yeah, this has changed since then, because like 3 years ago, for example, it looks like the bait has changed. I don't know. Reddit has a updated chart as of 2023, looks like. So again, this could be different. We're a bit over in cucumbered here, so let's go offload our stuff here. Luckily, most of these fish I'm not too terribly interested in, so I'm not too worried. But I generally leave the horse here because the guards are right here, so if someone attacks the horse, obviously, we will have someone to defend it. Not that it will be... I gotta remember, what's the... Oh my goodness. Control 5. There we go. And then we can just offload all of our fish. Thanks, buddy. Oh, while we're here, let's make sure He eats some food. Yeah, he was a little hungry. Yeah, I should spreadsheet. I use non-virtual post-it notes and rarely look at them because it's a mess. Yeah. Yeah, for our development team and stuff like that, we use like Trello and stuff like that, so it's pretty much like online post-it notes. And I'm the one that organizes it all the time, so I definitely understand the feeling. So it looks like, according to them, on this other list, that's not my list, you can use a lot of stuff as bait for Blue Sorex. But it looks like the depth is way different than we caught them last time. Because we caught them at 55. Or 50. And theirs are saying rice, worm, or lake at 175 to 555. So that's obviously quite a big difference. So let's try that. Let's go, let's say 500. I think we can fish 500 here without going inside of the tents. Because I know the tents go down way further, obviously. Like to several thousand, so. There we go. So, we'll try that after this. Although we are entering nighttime, obviously, and in their information, it does say that it's more likely in the day, so that's obviously not the greatest. It's going to lower our chance a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, that's a tiny guy. All right, let's change this. We'll try... It's 175 to 555, so let's try just running at 500. Same bait, same hook is good. Obviously want the strong line. Do we hit the bottom here? We don't hit the bottom, so that's good. So this is a decent spot then. Yeah, I also have like a notepad that I use. I have like all the different fish that we've caught, the maximum size of the ones we caught, and the dates that we caught them on. So then if we ever break any records or anything like that, we have proof of it pretty much, and then we can post it. Because I'm pretty, like, they have biggest catches and stuff like that too. It's very unlikely at this point that you'll ever catch something bigger than the current maximum, but you never know. And at least for me, it keeps like a personal record of what we've been able to catch. So that's always nice. A lot of nibbles. Now, the other thing too is we might not get a lot of bites here if we're in the right range. Because again, remember, they bite more often during the day. So we are at a little bit of a disadvantage with that. But it shouldn't be too bad. Plus, we are using a size 5 hook, so There is the possibility to catch some other stuff while we're here. Actually, let me look at this while we're waiting. So, according to this other list that's here, it looks like Calx fish can be caught in oceans. So maybe you can catch it here. The best bait is the lesser Thalassa snake. You can use 2, 1, 5, or 10 hook size. And the minimum depth is 575, but it can go down below 2000. But it is considered a bottom feeder. So you need to get as close to the bottom of the area you're currently fishing as possible. So maybe. Again, this one's on Reddit, but it's from 2023. So it could be out of date. We'll find out if we can get a blue Sorex from here, though. Because if we do my information, we'll probably be out of date then, instead of this. Let's see. And obviously, the deeper you fish, the more line you have to reel in, so be aware of that. Oh, we did get a canna. Apparently another good bait to use for blue Sorex is leptoid scales. But I don't know if I have... Oh, it's a bit bigger. Not too much, but a bit. Again, for the lighter fish, I don't necessarily know if I have to brace, but I always end up bracing. If I remember correctly, it's like if the line bends further... Is it further than your hand during the animation, I think? If you're using a strong line, you can keep reeling. But I don't recall. Don't quote me on that. Oh, okay, here, hold on a sec. They're saying at 555 depth is the best. 5 hook, 555 depth with lake and at ocean. Rice is also a decent one, but lake will get it as well. Let's see. I don't think we've got much lake here, unfortunately. We can try at 555. It's weird. Sometimes the depth only being slightly off still makes a huge impact. I just want to make sure, yeah, we're not hitting bottom. Yeah, I've heard that too. Okay. Do you have full fishing at least? Yeah. Let's see. Back over. Oh, there we go. Let's see. It's a tiny one. It would be great if I could catch them here because I need them for potions and food. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's pretty much the same for me. Recently, I've just been going for just to kind of learn the different fish and just to kind of play around, I guess, is I generally go and get the fishing or whatever the dailies or the hourlies, I suppose, are for fishing, and then I try for those. Oh, hey, we caught lake. Nice. 3,082 lake. Wow, our biggest lake was almost 5,000 grams. So yeah, I got a while to go to that one. But yeah, so I do have a meeting I need to attend to, and then I gotta get to work here. But after my work's done and our meetings are over, I'll probably jump back on today. I've really missed fishing. In general, not just Mortal, but Mortal as well. Especially, I want to do some research on all the new stuff. Haven't been in Toxia for a while, but I used to fish Sorix in Southbridge. I've written that I caught some by the fishing hut as well, but don't remember if it's consistent. Yeah, I do think there's, I'll have to ask Squirrely if I see him, but there was some specific locations, and it's like, just the amount of knowledge, for example, is like, if you're standing in a hyper-specific spot, aiming at a specific spot at the mountain, and cast backwards, there's a, like, 100% chance of catching a specific fish up there. I can't remember the name of it, but it was one that we needed for a quest. But it's like, you needed to cast up in a, like, hyper-specific 2-pixel perfect, and then cast up and above you. Yeah, it's insane. Exactly. Now, I am nowhere near that level of knowledge base, but, oh, that's a bit bigger. Might be a lake. Or a Sorix. Keep in mind, the blue Sorix is rare because we're in night. But yeah, no, there's some insane stuff. That's why it's so good to use them as resources. And most of the people that I've talked to, anyway, from my experience, I'll say, have been super friendly, especially when it comes to fishing stuff. And to be fair, other areas as well. Alchemy, elementalism, even combat, people were super helpful. That's a Canna. Not quite big enough. Fishing tasks should have the same glory as the other ones. They tend to take longer and more knowledge, in my opinion. Yeah, I think I ran into that problem before too. The biggest problem for me was duration, because I would always lose out on the quick rewards, especially for the rare fish. Like the, I don't know, Silk Rays, Skullkua, and some of like the Hammercraft and stuff like that take so long because they're just more rare. Now, I don't mind taking the extra time to do it. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I probably wouldn't be fishing if I didn't enjoy just kind of hanging out with people and enjoying it. But, because the tasks don't allow for that, it's very rare. There's been a couple occasions where I've gotten the fast QuickTime rewards for it, but very rarely. Yeah, some of them are day or night specific as well. Yes, exactly. Like, I've had that happen a couple times where it's like, I can't remember which one it was. I think it's Hammercraft or Cupramcraft. that can only be done before 6 a.m. in the morning. So you have from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. to do it. And if you can't get it done in that time, obviously your quick rewards are done because it's going to take a full in-game day to switch over. So, yeah. Yeah, Cuprum Craft? Okay, yeah. Yeah. It is one of those. Oh, I didn't have my hand on the mouse. Oh no. Every time. That's another law of gaming. If you're waiting for something, it'll happen the second you take your hand away from the mouse, put the controller down, or look away from the screen. Every time. There you go. And blue squirt, I've caught 3 ever. Well, that's the funny part. I have to catch 5 for my daily, I think. I'll check after this. Which is what we need this bait for, which is hilarious. Yeah, 0 of 5 blue squirt. We already obviously lost quick execution rewards, but that's funny. Okay. I do have to head up here, though. One, I gotta offload my inventory and the horses. But I do have some paperwork I need to do for the studio. And then we have our normal stand-up meeting. But after that, I might... Oh, careful there, buddy. I'll probably be back on after I finish my duties for the day. So probably in a couple hours, like 2 or 3. The bait takes longer to fish than the quick execution words. Yup. That's the funniest part. Although, I think someone told me there's no quick execution rewards for the dailies or something. I think it's only the hourlies. I could be wrong about that. Or it might have been like for specific things. I can't remember now. Because it was, someone had told me that when we were doing the, is it cougar or mountain lion or something? When we were hunting that in Meduli. I think you're right about that? Okay. Don't quote me on it, but it's something like that. Sounds familiar? Okay. So I think we have enough dial for now, even after I get back. But I don't think we can stable with the armor and equipment on the horse. So I need to go run to the bank and deposit it. But yeah, it's been fun, especially for this build. It's taken a lot, and it's very expensive, especially for the elementalism and stuff. Because other than, like, getting some help from Squirrely, or, like, people paying me for healing them for PvP fights to get in the fight again, that kind of stuff, we've mostly been doing everything on our own. And it's not like I'm opposed to, like, trading for stuff or anything like that. Like, I'm not, like, full Iron Manning it or anything, but we've tried not to, like, take just random stuff or work with or do guild stuff. Not that I'm necessarily opposed to it, eventually, being in a guild or something like that, but I definitely want to try and see how far I can get on my own. And it's been fun. And again, there's been a lot of... I guess I shouldn't say on my own, too, because there's been a ton of people that have been super friendly and given me tips, like for mining, where's the best spot to do specific mining to get, like, the gems for elementalism, all that stuff. So I can't take credit for that kind of thing. But that's obviously a mutual effort on that front. Oops. I need to shift to open the bag here. So that's in here. Obviously, you can see all of our fishing that we've done here. Obviously, mining. That's all other things we've fished up. That's empty, okay. Oh my goodness, we're even getting into overfill territory here. There we go. Do. I hear you there. And we'll put our Birkin and the lines in here. We can grab that when we get back. But yeah, I will definitely be back on today. I just obviously have to get in for our work. Luckily, I don't have much of my workload today. I have a few papers I need to write. I think that's mostly it, other than the stand-up meeting itself. So once you get to mastery, there are some fishing things as well. Yeah, I haven't even in the builds when I was doing the build planning, I didn't count on any mastery stuff, mostly because I didn't know how long it takes, you know, is it worth planning into your build right away, or can you lock yourself out of stuff by including it? So I ended up knowing about it, but not including it, so then we can add stuff in later. Like obviously the fishing stuff, probably gonna get the I think there's mana stuff or mana regen stuff. Obviously for healing, that's very nice. But the big one will also be extra profession points for the clade, because that's going to be super important for me. All right. As always, I normally end up logging out here. Let's see. All 0. But yeah, thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate all you guys coming hanging out, chat. Again, I'll be back in a few hours. Gotta do my work meeting and get some work stuff done. I'm gonna guess 2 to 3 hours. Probably closer to 3, just to be on the safe side. But if I'm done early, we'll jump back on. So thanks again, guys. Really appreciate it. If I don't see you later today, hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I guess week and weekend coming up. And if I do see you later, look forward to it. So as always, hope you have a great rest of your day, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on your time zone. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.